The Nintendo Switch is an interesting idea, yes, but is it enough to get Nintendo back on top? Maybe it's too early to tell. Hey guys, Reaperz here, and I know you guys are all wondering, yeah, where the fuck is the fucking Saw video that you promised, or the fucking Wolfman video that you promised a while back? Well look, man, I don't know. I haven't fucking played Gary's Mod in like fucking years, and I don't know, I just fell out. And, shut up, we're not even supposed to be talking about this bullshit. We're here to talk about my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch. I just recently got it, and I played around with it a little bit. I only played one game, Breath of the Wild, so that's why I'm not calling it a review. I'm calling it a little, what do I think about it? And I got a lot of things to say. Not really, because it's really too early to say anything big about it, and I only played for it for a couple hours. But here are my thoughts. When I first got my Nintendo Switch, I played around with it a little bit with the controllers, the Joy-Cons, and you quickly realize that those analog sticks are fine for anything else other than a fighting game. So with Street Fighter 2 coming out fairly soon, you gotta kinda wrap your head around how the fuck you're gonna make this shit work. Because if you play Street Fighter, like I do I do play Street Fighter, but you fucking do Hadouken Mokens, you do quarter circles, you do 360 to do grab and stuff like that. With this stick, if you have like a flimsy, weak feeling stick, that shit's gonna fucking break if you try doing that shit during tournament play or during online play and things get heated. Sometimes you kinda, you get a little aggressive with your fucking stick and it's gonna snap off. Then you gotta buy a new one, and you guys know how fucking expensive those things are. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the UI of the Switch whenever you turn it on in this menu. With the Wii U was a lot slower. For example, if you were to try to get into the settings to change something, it would show the settings logo and then you would have to wait for like a minute for it to actually show up. With the Switch, it's kind of instantaneous. It's nice and quick, especially when you're downloading stuff. It's nice and fast. It's not as slow as the Wii U was. So kudos to Nintendo for that. I really do appreciate that. But graphically, if you're looking at the UI of the menu on your TV, for some reason to me it looks not that great. It looks like a Wii U thing. If I were to say I was using the Wii U looking at that, I'd believe it. But we need to talk about the most important thing, which is the game. The game that I played was Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's the only game I bought because it's the only game I was really interested in. I know there's a couple more indie things and other things, but I wasn't interested in it. I just liked Zelda. But it's an amazing game. Don't get me wrong, I love Zelda. It looks great. Nintendo did really put a lot of effort into it. The graphics though, on my TV, which is a 4K TV, it didn't look that hot. Let me explain. So you know how a Wii U game looks on your TV. It looked kind of like that. A slightly better, slightly. But if you turn it to mobile mode, which is undocked mode, or I call it mobile mode, it looks way better, in my opinion. It looks way better, and I just enjoyed. I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm doing it like that. I tried it on the TV once, and never again. The shit's amazing by itself. I'm really glad that they had a good screen, because I know the screen for the Wii U was fucking ugly. It wasn't that great. The Vita was a lot better. But yeah, I also get that it's a mobile hybrid, and that's probably a reason why the graphics aren't amazing. I get that, but still, you trying to compete, kinda. I know Nintendo doesn't like to compete with the arms race that Sony and Microsoft have, but if this is a new console, I would kinda expect something to be upgraded, other than the fact that you can do undocked mode. You know what I mean? I don't know, maybe that's just me. I know there's a lot of Nintendo fans that really love this, and don't care about the graphics. I do in a way, but I mostly just care about the FPS, which is 30, which is what you expect, but still I kind of wished it was a little bit more. Now I know you guys have heard about the dead pixel fiasco that Nintendo's having, where people are complaining that their Switches have dead pixels. There's just spots on the screens that are dead, they're off, they're black, and they're trying to say, hey man, can I get a refund or an exchange or a fix for this? And they're telling you basically no. That's how it is. This is new technology. This is how it works. Thank you for your money. Now please leave. Leave us alone. Stop calling here. Usually what you would do if something like this would happen, you would go to the retailer that you bought it from. For example, Amazon, Target, Best Buy, and they return it for you, no problem. But if you try to do it via Nintendo, they're going to tell you to fuck off. So keep that in mind. Hopefully you didn't buy it from them directly, which is, I don't know if that's even possible. I think it is, but I don't know. Another thing that could happen with your Switch is that if you dock it in a weird way, you can somehow scratch the screen, which I'm seeing. And that's real scary because when you try to dock that thing, it's not really as easy and smooth as they show it on the conferences. Usually what happens is you're kind of trying to feel up where the fucking slot is so you can push it down. I don't want to say it's difficult, it's easy, but it can get weird and you're kind of like looking for it for like a minute till you clamp it down. So that's real scary for somebody like me that kind of has issues with that. So just be careful when you clamp that thing. If you have one, if you own a Switch, try to dock it gently. I guess that's all I can say. It's dumb that you have to do that, but that's just how it is. In conclusion, I think the Switch is an interesting device. It's a good device so far. Having it undocked, I think, is going to be the way to go most of the time, because I feel like putting it on the TV is kind of like an up-res version of the docked mode, which is, I guess, okay, but I kind of wish it was something different. I wish that it would look a lot better on your 4K TV, but that's just not how it works. I guess maybe just for Zelda, maybe they'll find a way to make it work. I don't know. Who knows? It's too early to tell. But if Nintendo wants this console to not be a burning dumpster fire that the Wii U was, and it was, I know some of you are going to say it sold well. Sure, but there wasn't really that many good games on there, at least for me. Other Nintendo fans are going to tell you otherwise, that they had a shit ton of things to play on there, but I sure as hell didn't. But if they do want to do good, I think they need to bring back games that fans have been asking for years. Like a good fucking Metroid game, for fuck's sake. Make a good fucking Metroid game again, please. F-Zero, I know a lot of people were asking for that. Mother 3, that's a big, huge one that people have been making fun of Nintendo about for fucking years. Wario Land, okay, that one's just for me. Waluigi game, Paper Wario, Waluigi Galaxy, and finally, Wario Party.